What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to focus in on the Tampa Bay Lightning, naming John Cooper head coach, succeeding Guy Boucher, who was obviously showing the unemployment line yesterday. It's a good move. He was their coach up in Syracuse last year with the Norfolk Admirals. Had 55 points in 113 games last year in the AHL, and had one of the longest winning streaks in the history of hockey down there. And I think it's a good move bringing him on board at Tampa. Big question is, did Lindy Ruff say no? What were the circumstances involving Lindy Ruff? I don't know for sure. I know Eisman did talk to him. Obviously, maybe they couldn't come to an agreement. Maybe Lindy Ruff wanted something Eisman couldn't provide him in terms of job security or guaranteed money or whatever. But I think it's still a solid move. I think it'll definitely help the team. Obviously after losing a tough one to Winnipeg yesterday, I think Cooper is more of a move towards next year. I think they can still get back in it this year, but I think it might be too late. It's 50-50. But I think by bringing Cooper in, you give an upstart coach a chance. A guy that was, one of the best young coaches in hockey and a real sought-after commodity. He was started out in the North American Hockey League and then, worked his way to the USHL, eventually the East Coast, the AHL, and then, now he's with Tampa. So, really climbing up the ladder. He actually was a Catholic school hockey coach in Lansing, Michigan before the NAHL title, so that's pretty cool. And, he's really worked his ass off to get where he is. And, he's guy that's more into the look, and I think he'll definitely help out Tampa. I think he'll give him a shot in the arm. In terms of playing, you always see that after coaching change, the team plays well for whatever reason. And I talked about it yesterday with the Avery Johnson, PJ Carley, some more Brooklyn Nets move, and I think that something similar could happen. It's too bad for Guy Boucher. Really a well-liked guy around the league and a guy that players respected. But when what he's preaching is falling on deaf ears, he's got to make a move, and it's not fair to Guy Boucher, but it's the nature of the beast. And I think Cooper can reinvigorate this team and get them back on the path to respectability sooner rather than later. Anyway, that's all this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Tampa Bay Lightning, hiring John Cooper to be their new head coach. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.